Welcome to Get Fit. Give or take 20 minutes of strength training. This is all upper body and core. I'm going to step around my pup Otis. He's here in the middle. So you need a mat, a variety of weights, light, medium, and heavy, or bands, light, medium, and heavy. First thing we're going to do is a push-up with a shoulder tap, most likely modified. I will be modifying. You're welcome to do full body push-ups. All right, come on down. Get into your tall plank position. Once you're there, I want you to alternate the shoulder tap, and then you're going to come to your knees for your push-up. Once you're up, you can stay here in this modified position, tapping your shoulders, or if you're doing a modified position and you want to try a tall plank with a shoulder tap, you can. You're trying to minimize the rotation as you go from side to side, but don't freak out over it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I know a lot of cueing you hear is like, don't move your body. Well, that takes strength over time. So sometimes you will be moving your body. And maybe today's not the day they're able to do that. All right, so this is when I'm like, I chose this workout and I taught 3 yoga classes yesterday. I don't know how smart that was. All right, done. All right, we got a 15-second break and we're gonna move on to triceps. You need a lighter weight because we're gonna do 2 different styles of triceps. We're gonna start with an overhead and move to a kickback. So the overhead, stagger your stance, arms come up, the sides of the dumbbells go together, keep your elbows in as best you can, pull the belly in, stack the rib cage, press the weights over. So our exercises are exactly 60 seconds, a full minute, followed by a 15-second break. We are gonna split these moves into half, and so 30 seconds is right here. Bring it down, we're gonna switch into our tricep kickbacks. Pull the belly in, pull the chest open, lift the elbows, press back, bring the hands back to the hips. So you're just bringing the fists underneath the elbow, press and return. Do not need to bring them in because what happens is we follow with our elbow. So press back and release. Press back and release. And also when you come in really far, it gives you a lot of momentum. You're not really doing the work. Come on up. All right, we're gonna do a single arm row. You need just 1 dumbbell at a time. I do this move a lot with everybody. It's just a good one. Unless you have a TRX, then I love TRX. All right, get to that staggered stance, support yourself, pull to the hip. Pull to the hip. You want as heavy as you can handle. We are quite strong in our upper back, especially ladies. You underestimate your strength. So you can handle a lot more than you think, but can your core handle it? Because both of them have to do this workload. So we're gonna do 30 seconds on one side, and it's a quick transition. Switch. Get in position with the legs, pull the belly in, get the chest lifted, and start moving. Shouldn't only take you like, 2 or 3 seconds, because we want to get as much out of that second 30 seconds as possible. Remember, pull back towards the hip, keep the chest lifted. Final 10 seconds on this side, and if you found this to be light, you can go up in weight. All right, this is the last one, and done. All right, next move, we got biceps. We're gonna do 2 different moves on the biceps, so you can start medium. Medium, I'm standing off to the side because Otis is in my way. Get your hands at 90-degree bend. The elbow is behind the midline of the body. You're gonna bring it in front of the midline and back. That's all you're doing. Bring it forward, pull it back. Forward and back. All you're doing, elbow behind and in front of. Do not bring it all the way up. I call these bicep serves. I don't even know if they have a name. I'd have to think about it. But just like you're serving a tray. If you've ever were a server, you know exactly what's happening here. Biceps, get strong on that hand. Bring the hands down, regular curls. You can always stagger your stance as well. So, I like palms face in, rotate out. You can also hold them like so. Just make sure you're not lifting up with your upper traps. You decide, bicep curl. Good old-fashioned curl. And this is why I said medium weights, because the serves are tough, right? It's also a more realistic use of the bicep holding things. And done. All right, your next move is a standing core. You need a single weight, and I want you to go heavy. I want you to go heavy. We're gonna do 30 seconds on one side, 30 on the other. Get the weight on one side, soften the knees, it means gets bent. Pull in the core, fingertips up. Allow the weight to come down the long line of the leg and pull back up to center. Open up, pull back in. You have the ability to go full teeter-totter here. You don't have to. You can go down, pull center, release, and pull center. This is the working side. This is where the weight is. Don't focus on the weight, focus on open and close. Open and contract. Last one, switch. Again, make your switch and go. Don't waste a lot of time. This is a short workout, and the reason it works is we pack it all in. We don't take our time. You can spread a workout like this over 30 minutes, but we're not doing that. We're trying to keep it tight and contained. We don't rush the actual move, but we don't waste our time in between them either. 5 last seconds. 3, 2, and done. That was the end of round 1. We're gonna repeat that. If you wanna do your push-ups on a high surface because on the floor is way too much, you can. Your taps are gonna be a little easier, but don't worry about it. You gotta protect your neck and your shoulders. The interval in between the rounds is 30 seconds, so we're coming to the end of that. Come on down, find yourself into your tall plank. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, tall plank. If you're doing a tall plank, remember you can do knees. Bring the knees down for your modified push-up if that's your choice. Lift up if you're doing that. Just take your time between the two movements. They are not supposed to be blended. Get into the position, do the second move, get into the position, do the first move. Do it with strength. So I taught a lot of fitness classes in my life, and I do remember when I taught strength and tone classes, and I would say to people, all you need is a mat. They would be like, no, because they knew body weight. Body weight's hard sometimes. All right, last few rounds, fatigue setting in. Last 5 seconds. We do not stop early. 2 and 1. Okay. 15-second break. We're going to move into our triceps. You need a moderate to lightweight. So up or down, just depending on your ability. Whoops, I got to get around Otis. Get those weights up. Tricep overhead is our first move. Press and release. First 30 seconds, overheads. I probably went a little heavy for someone who used their arms all day yesterday. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Kickbacks. Get to that kickback position. Pull the shoulders down and back. We extend and release. Extend and release. Don't let them swing all the way in. Not gonna get you the better tricep position. I know you need to look up every now and then, but if you can keep your gaze out a bit, it's better for your neck. And done. All right, next move is our row. I'm gonna go up a little on the weight. Boy, Otis did not check in with me on where he should lie. I think this is exactly where I need to stand. So, because I will let a sleeping dog lie, I will just pick a move. Pull and pull. So Otis has had quite the day. Some of you, most of you are my friends and know this about Otis. He doesn't like birds. I don't know what happened in his previous life. He's an adopted dog. But the birds have been all over the place. He's been in high form. So the fact that he's calm is fantastic. And done. But he's been barking at the birds all morning, running from one end of the house to the other. So he's probably tired because he is, 11. Pull. Make sure the weight's coming back. There's a tendency to want to pull straight in. Pull it back. Use that upper back as well as the mid lats. Last 3. And done. We'll put those weights down. All right, we're transitioning. We're going to bicep curls. Bicep curls. We're going to do serves followed by actual curls. Get yourself in position. Pull those weights at 90. We go forward and back. Your hand grip on the weight is light. Try not to round. Try not to come forward. It's not how far you go out. You pull in, you extend. The biceps contracting through its range of motion without you having to go all the way up. When you go all the way up into a full extension, you actually leave the biceps muscle and you move it into the deltoid and traps. You don't need it. Last 3, 2, regular curls. So we do the serves first because they're harder. And then the biceps all nice and warm and used. And then we go ahead and add our regular curls, making what might normally be a lightweight feel super heavy. And that's what we want. Keep going, we got 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, heavy weights, heavy weights, heavy weights. All right, we got our lateral core, fingertips up. We're gonna let the body out, pull center. Let the body out, pull center. "30 seconds on each side. We can handle a pretty good amount of weight. Keep your base strong. You don't want to be shifting, right? We want to keep the base strong. We want to lift out of our own spine. Find that good alignment, that decompression, because we're creating a little bit with the weight. And we switch sides. Get there quick. Open, close. Open and close. The softness in the knees, just make sure when you lock out you don't arch through your back, and that pulls a little too much low back in. So we want to work the core, but we don't really want to work that part of the core. All right, our last 3, 2, and 1. We'll put that weight down. We have a 30-second break, and then we're going to our final round, which is starts on our mat. I normally have my workout towel out because I have my spotlights heating me up, but like a good housewife, I did my laundry. And I didn't fold it, my husband did, so he put it away. All right, let's get ourselves into our tall plank. All right, so go and tap from tall or knee. Remember, if you're doing modified on a wall or modified on a tall surface that does not move easily, your shoulder taps will feel a little easier. That's fine, don't worry about it. You can't win fitness, right? I mean, everyone acts like you can. You're just trying to get fit for you. If you're trying to get fit for some athletic 20-something-year-old and you're not an athletic 50-something-year-old, or even if you are an athletic 50-year-old, where do you need to be right now? That's what you need to be doing. Because a lot of people tell me, like, listen, I can't really jump a lot. New clients, I'm like, why do you need to jump? Listen, I jumped a lot, and I probably stopped around 50. I just didn't need to jump anymore. So, are there other ways to get good cardio? Yes. All right, come on up. Jumping's not the only one. A little 15-second break, and we'll move on to our triceps. All right, let's get those weights in place. I think I am going to drop down one of my weights so I don't lose my form. First one's tricep press. Pull those elbows in best you can, And by the way, this is as pulled in as my elbows go. I know some of you probably have a little more rotation in your triceps and your shoulder. I do not. I never have. I'm going to go with I probably never will. And so tell me I need to look a certain way without knowing what my joints are about is another thing that I kind of don't like about some of these really cute and able kickbacks, fitness video folks. They're doing a great job. This stuff's beautiful. They've got great form, but it doesn't allow the rest of us to accommodate for, in my case, my car crash that seriously injured my right side of my body, specifically in my right shoulder and neck, and then it transferred over into my left mid-back along the line of the spine. So it's no big deal. Done. Come on up. You need one weight for your bit over row. It's something that I'll just accommodate. Doesn't mean you're not going to get fit. Doesn't mean you're not doing it right. It just means you modified. Get into that position. Single row. Single row. So I know for a fact that this 15-pound dumbbell or kettlebell is a little light for me because I'm not even really struggling to pull it. So if I want to add more core, I'm going to put the legs together. Don't necessarily need to do that because it's going to involve a lot more core, but it just got harder for me. I like that. All right, last 30 seconds on the one side, we switch to the other side. Keep going. We're halfway through. Five, 3, and done. Nice. All right, bicep curls. You need those medium to light weights. It's round 3. Our goal here is just to make it through the round without really dropping weights, unless you know you need it for joint safety. Then guess what? Do it. Remember, it's like a pendulum. The elbows go behind the midline, right in front. Don't bring them far out. You change the muscle we're working on. This is as much bicep as you need. Keep the shoulders back to keep that upper back out of the workload. It has to stabilize, but don't make it a big part by rounding and caving, right? Because it's trying to stabilize. All right, last 30 is in that second curl. So the plank taps, core. Push-ups, core. Bent overs, core. Standing tall, pulling your core in, core. So a lot more core than just the standing core that we're doing. All right, so winner, winner. 5, 3, and 1. Okay, so final move, standing core. Same thing, everything's the same. You do have your 15-second break, which is now half of that. We're gonna pick a side to start on. Doesn't even matter. Pull the belly in. Allow this to open. Pull it back to close. Pull. There's an active effort. Release, pull. You're pulling with the opening side, the non-weight side, because if not, you're just gonna pull with your shoulder. You're gonna leave the core out of the move. So it's super important that we know where the workload is. So we know where to focus. Just because there's something in our hand doesn't mean that's the focus. 3, 2, done. We switch and go. Focus on the pull, open and pull. Open and pull. Nice. 10 seconds. 4, 3, and done. Okay, that was pretty much it. Now all you need to do is decide if you're going to do some cardio today or not, or get in a stretch. I always recommend a stretch. I have in the 15-minute quick 15 minutes, I do have some 5-minute stretches, upper and lower body. They're always worth your time to grab. So do that. If this is your first time visiting, hello. I did make these videos mainly for my friends, but I'm happy you're here. So see you next time. Subscribe if you haven't already done so.